The 2020 National Public Celebration of the Festive season is off. This includes scaling back on Christmas parties and New Year's celebrations, J'ouvert and Assou Square. These are all part of revised measures by NEMAC to reduce the spread of COVID-19 during the holidays.
There will be no Christmas parties. There will be no New Year's Eve celebration in public of any kind. No Assou Square, no National Day or J'ouvert celebrations, and there'll be no corporate staff parties.
Despite the cancellation of public celebration, bars, restaurants and other establishments will be allowed to stay open until 11 p.m. from December 15, 2020 to January 11, 2021. Chairman of the Command Center, Dominic Fede, says this is intended to minimize holiday shopping traffic.
We're now saying that both restaurants and bars can continue to serve alcohol within the premises and also on a takeaway basis up to 11 p.m. This would also allow the restaurants to reinstitute the dine-in facility. The restaurants by and large have done a good job in instituting the protocols, but I want to make it absolutely clear, to echo the sentiments of the police that's present here today, that there will be a zero tolerance for violating the protocol.
The attendance limit at religious services for funerals and weddings will increase from 25 to 50 starting next week. Gym workouts and non-contact sports are also back on. Health officials have noted that the COVID-19 rate of transmission has gone down slightly in the past 14 days. However, Chief Medical Officer Dr. Sharon Belma-George warns St. Lucians to be on guard as the island braces for a spike in visitors and returning nationals.
From November, we noted the rate of increase had reduced, and we're noticing a decrease in terms of the trend from the end of November and into the beginning of December. That being said, as much as we are pleased with how the cases are going to date, we have less persons in quarantine and isolation, and also less positive cases of the reduced rate of transmission. I just want to indicate that the month of December, given the nature of December, the festivities and Christmas, it represents a high-risk period for us. So although we note the downward trend, it means we still need to keep very, very vigilant and not let our guard down.
Meanwhile, law enforcement continues to be challenged by illegal entries and bar owners failing to comply with closing hours.
The closing of establishments, we had arrest of individuals, also the warnings are still being given. We have a situation where persons are still coming in through what we call the back door, that is through illegal ports of entry. We also have persons, especially the establishments, they remained open past the time that they were supposed to have closed, and also we saw that in some instances they were not observing the protocols.
The private sector and public service are encouraged to make use of the shopping days tradition wisely to reduce the risk of transmission and infection. Additionally, banks, credit unions and other key service providers are asked to extend working hours and implement measures to reduce long lines and mass gatherings. Gina Filippi, HTS News Force.